Hello, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. So much to talk about. Let's get into it. Queen Heartbreak. Yes, Monarch pulls out of Ascot again as punters face blistering heat wave. Now, the Queen is set to miss yet again Royal Ascot as she is reportedly not going to head to the race course for the fourth day in a row. Her Majesty should not be expected at the Ascot race course later today, a royal expert has said. The Queen has yet to attend in person Royal Ascot this year, despite it being one of the most beloved events in her diary. We know the British people like to say diary. In America, we say calendar. Just one of those differences that I thought I'd point out. Anyway, royal editor Rebecca English wrote on Twitter, the Queen won't be attending Royal Ascot again today, but I'm expecting some glamour in the carriage procession. Her absence comes as racegoers are fighting and facing hottest days of the year, with temperatures expected to go over 30 degrees Celsius in southern England. Now, according to the warning, people should try to stay cool, and particularly those at risk should remain out of the direct sunlight between the central hours of 9 to 3 p.m. Now, today's absence means that the Queen has only one chance left to attend the races in person, as tomorrow will be the final day of Ascot. Now, in past years, the monarch would attend Ascot every day alongside her family, fellow horse racing fans, and last year, however, only headed to the race course on its final day of races. The monarch has been experiencing episodic mobility issues since last autumn, which we all know has forced her to pull out of a number of different visits outside of her residence. So we are wishing the Queen all the best as she continues to try to fulfill most of the things within her diary. Prince Charles shows off softer side in utterly charming moment with grandson Louis. As the 4-year-old watched the Platinum Jubilee, he was so cute. Oh my goodness, he left his parents, everybody. He was sitting on Charles's lap, and Charles happily, was bouncing him up and down and pointing out different parts of the parade. And a palace insider has said that while the Prince of Wales has been traditionally seen as a remote parent, seeing his display of affection was utterly charming. Now, the source told People magazine that utterly charming that was. When you consider that he has been said to be a remote parent, to see him do that was charming. The heir to the throne played a prominent role in the Jubilee celebrations as the Queen continues to take a step back from her royal duties due to reduced mobility. Now, Charles was seen front and center at Trooping the Color, taking the salute on horseback, as well as making a touching tribute to his mother at the Platinum Jubilee. He addressed Her Majesty, "You have met us and talked with us, you've laughed and cried with us, and most importantly, you have been there for us for these 70 years. You pledged to serve your whole life. You continue to deliver." Royal historian Robert Lacey told People. I think the speech was beautiful. He did a great job. Going on to say, that's my opinion, but Lacey going on to say, the Queen sees that this is a great opportunity for the transition to be visible. Now, author Sally Bedell Smith added, she is in the saddle, but this gets people accustomed to Charles' future king role. So there was this feeling of celebrating the past and anticipating the new era. I think it was perfect to have Charles give this speech, get people used to seeing him speaking about the things of service for the country. And I think it's going to be a very interesting transition. I think not like any other transition of the head of state that we'll see, because we know all of the controversy that Prince Charles is bringing into his rulership. Transition for Camilla has been quite remarkable, I would say. But anyway, I think the transition from Queen Elizabeth to Prince Charles coming into the monarch, the head of state, the throne, however you want to look at it, it's going to be very interesting. Unlike nothing we've seen. Kate and William's new home to spark tension with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Now, Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, and Prince William's new home is set to spark tensions with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle because it has been claimed that Kate and William are said to be moving to a house on the Queen's Windsor estate this summer. Now, royal commentators Rachel Bowie and Roberta Forito discussed how the move will cause tensions with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on their Royally Obsessed podcast. Now, Miss Bowie said it's right next to Frogmore Cottage. Harry and Meghan are right over there. There's going to be some tension. And Miss Fiorito also added, this move is expected to significantly change the dynamic in Windsor, where the Duke of York has the most contact with the Queen. And I think that's fascinating. Now, of course, the school tie-in for the kids is going to also be another factor. But Kate and William are eyeing up the 4-bedroom Adelaide Cottage, which is just a 10-minute walk away from Frogmore Cottage, where Harry and Meghan live. Now, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex renewed their lease, we know, of their house of Windsor, which was reported in The Sun. Now, they stayed there when they returned to the UK for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and one insider told The Sun it's quite a signal that they aren't going to disappear. They could easily give up Frogmore as their lives now are in California. Now, by agreeing to extend the lease, and with Jack and Eugenie focusing on Portugal, they have a firm presence smack bang in the middle of the Windsor court, where it is all happening. And I think this is going to be a big problem, because I tell you why. Most recently, I don't know if you've been seeing, but Prince William is fed up. He is done. He is done with Prince Harry. He is fed up with all of the shenanigans that are going on, and he doesn't want to deal with it. And we also know that Prince William is not going to do certain things with Andrew. And so we see that William is just at a point now where he's just not going to tolerate things that he doesn't want to put up with. But of course, if the Queen overrides it, he has no choice. But this really is a clear sign that Prince William is putting his foot down. He's not going to have it. He is definitely marking his authoritarian position that he is claiming, and he's making his voice heard. And I don't blame him, to be quite honest, because I think Prince William, you know, he's pretty much held his own. He's done great things. And most recently, did you see when he was on the streets of London helping with handing out newspapers? This was so unlike anything I've ever seen. And it really just shows you that Prince William is really about the people. He's not pretentious. He's not trying to do things to up his branding or whatever. He's really got his foot within the people and service and making a difference. And I think things will be really great once he becomes king, if that ever happens. Because the way things are going, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But with him and Harry, Prince William, and the relationship, with everything around the way Harry and Meghan have behaved, it's definitely going to show that the Queen has the right people around her. And Prince William is letting Harry know, you're not the right person. I'm the one who's going to be the right person by the Queen. And it's a great move for William to do that. Thomas Markle is upset after inappropriate Meghan and Harry jibes cut from his own podcast. So Thomas Markle has been left unhappy after potentially embarrassing comments about Meghan and Harry were cut from his own podcast. Now, a co-host of the podcast claims that he had to censor some of the thoughts expressed by Thomas Markle because he's saying that he has no filter. The comments were reportedly edited out of the YouTube podcast after Meghan's dad made the comments about his own daughter and Prince Harry. Fellow presenter Carl Larson told American media outlet Insider that he removed some parts of his discussions with Thomas Markle before they went live on their Remarkable Friendship channel. He said that his reasons for doing so was because he felt that his friend might later regret some of his thoughts. Larson, a celebrity photographer, would chat with Thomas 7 77 years old, we know, doing videos with Thomas about pop culture, the royal family, and his estranged daughter, Meghan. So, but he insisted that anything that he felt Thomas had said that overstepped the mark, it was just cut out. Now, Larson went on to say that when he does interviews on networks, whether it's with Piers Morgan or Dan Wooten, they're always drilling him with questions, and then he feels like he always has to answer it. And he's got that no filter. Now, there are things that are said on my channel, and I think that are inappropriate, that I cut out. This is what he said. But people like Dan Wooten, he's not going to cut out. Oh, Harry, he's an idiot. He's going to keep something like that, right? So earlier in April, Thomas made comments on his podcast that criticized Harry for not attending Prince Philip's memorial service. And in March, he claimed most people would hate that the royal couple if it was not for their PR team. And I have to say I agree with that, because if they didn't have paid PR, people would be really, really hating on them. But they're paying a lot of money to get people to like them. That says a lot. So co-host Carl Larson said also that the podcast had been created to show people the real Thomas. But Meghan's father has since told Insider that his relationship with Larson has now been severed, and that their last YouTube video was uploaded on May 21st. Thomas's son, Thomas Markle Jr., has also informed the outlet that he was unhappy with Larson for speaking on his father's behalf, and it comes as reports claim that the Duchess of Sussex had offered an olive branch to her estranged father about who has consistently spoken out against his daughter, we know, and that an insider had said that despite their estranged relationship, Meghan is concerned. She wants to know if there is any way to contact her father privately without other family knowing about it or having to get involved, which is just ridiculous. And I know for a fact Meghan has not even tried to reach out. Okay, firsthand information here, folks. She hasn't tried. She's putting out lies and saying that she has tried. I can imagine she would not want other people to be involved, but what do you expect? He's being taken care of by the family. You got to talk to the family to get to Thomas. It's not like Thomas going to pick up the phone and wait for you to call. First of all, he can't even speak still because of his stroke. So it's just ridiculous that she's even having demands around speaking to her father. Because if you really wanted to speak to your father, like if it was really that important, you would go all the way to the end of the earth to do the things that you don't want to do to get to your beloved father, to get to say something to him. But if you're having conditions before you even get to speak to your father, then you don't deserve to speak to him. Wills is really angry at Harry. He's done. He's had it. He's fed up and he's not taking it no more. So Prince William is mourning the collapse of his relationship with his brother. His friends revealed this today. And I think it's great that he is allowing this to be said via his friends, because he wants Harry to get this message. The extent of the explosive rift is exposed in a highly revealing Daily Mail interview with sources who know William intimately. They say relationships between the once close pair are still at rock bottom with little chance of improvement. And this is so important that he has put this out there because of the lies in the PR that we have seen with Meghan and Harry, where they were putting out stories saying that William and Harry were speaking every week. You guys remember this? Just a couple of weeks ago, we were seeing this nonsense. And William is making it known. He's saying, no, excuse me? No, we're not on speaking terms. As a matter of fact, I'm very upset with him. I'm quite, what's the word the Brits say? I'm quite cross with him. William is just not having it anymore. And who can blame him? William also is saying that he believes that Harry has disrespected his family, the Queen, and he's gone to a point where it's not going to be an easily coming together of forgiveness at this point. This is me inserting that, because if William is saying this now, the road back to forgiveness is not going to be accepting a simple apology. It's not going to be accepting a simple apology. It's going to be a lot more intense, and a lot more work is going to have to be done to bring this relationship back to where it once was. And that's essentially what is happening. So William is really at a point now that he is not going to take it anymore. And it's so good because you want to see this. You want to see the opposition to it. You don't want the lies to keep coming out as, you know, the topic of truth. So good for Prince William. I'm happy he spoke out through his friends and said, look, Harry, get it together. You crossed the line and I'm not taking it no more. Good for you, Prince William. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.